Hello, 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 everybody. How are we doing tonight? Hello, Border. Welcome, welcome. So, we have some more Traveler's Tales stuff to do. So, we're gonna do those and then hop back over to the Mikawa Flower Festival event. And then maybe do some other stuff after that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but we'll probably have time after to do some more stuff. Jean and Noelle, what are you two doing over here? Thank you, Master Jean. I'll keep that in mind. Good. Now do it again. I'll help correct your movements. Yeah! Greetings, Honorary Knight. Hello, anything I can help you with? Oh, don't worry, I'm fine. I'm just here to watch Noelle train. How's it going? She's very talented, and a fast learner as well. Although our weapon of choice isn't exactly the same, there are always shared principles in swordsmanship. All I did was give her a reminder or two, and she immediately understood. All that's left now is to remain patient and practice diligently. With your intuitive understanding, Noelle, techniques like this shouldn't take you too long to master. Just do be careful while practicing, alright? If you want to do weight training, you can tie the loads to your wrists. That way, some accidents can be prevented, even in the event of, unexpected disassembly. Oh god, Noelle. I'm so sorry, Master Jean. I won't toss my sword into your office again, I promise. It's fine, don't worry. And in any case, after you spent all that time cleaning yesterday, everything is completely back to how it was. But the sword is still stuck in your office ceiling, and it's too high up to easily pull out. Oh, that. Well, we can just leave it there for now as interior decoration, I guess. I fell asleep during last night's stream before I started the festival. I mean, it happens. And it did take like an hour to get through all of those backed up Traveler's Tales things. Alright, let's continue, shall we? Yes, Master Jean. Good luck with the training. Okay, looks like Shen Yun is over at Star Snatch Cliff. Looks like she has indeed gone on that tour we put together for her.
Swollen Fury.
She's all the way up at the peak. That's always kind of annoying to get to.
Behold. Too slow. Too slow. The wind rises. Quit following me.
Here she is. Way up here. Real nice view from up here. Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new, as buds in the spring. This is still an auspicious era for humanity.
Hey, Shenyun! You're here after all!
Ah, it's you two.
You seem like you're in a good mood. Right? You're not angry anymore, are you?
Ha! Do you believe one to be so small-minded? One has already conferred with Shenhe, and indeed your selection has proved well considered. This is Star Snatch Cliff, then. A name well given. The wind here differs from that of Mount Aotsang, being more lively and carefree. Yet it suits me still.
Oh, we're glad you like it. We would have felt awful if we made you spend all that effort climbing up here only for you not to enjoy yourself.
Effort? One soars upon the wind and sees all for leagues around. It was but trivial to seek this place. And were one to begin climbing from the foot of this cliff, 'twould have been but a short way up by winged foot. Hardly what one might call effort.
That's true. Paimon almost forgot that she's a big illuminated bird.
What insolence! One's ears are exceedingly sharp as well. Thank you.
What Paimon means to say is that we're no match for your super duper adeptal powers. He can attest to that. It was a tough climb to the summit the first time we came here.
Things weren't easy for us back then. No need for such modesty. The past is past, not the present. One has never misjudged, or do you claim that, even with prodigious talents such as yours, scaling this cliff would not now be nigh effortless? Well, when you put it like that...
Speaking of, why are you alone? Paimon thought Ganyu, Shenhe, or the others might come along with you.
Is that so strange? One's disciples all have matters they must attend to. Even Shuyu, at her age, trains hard, knowing that time is of the essence and is not to be frittered away. In any case, leisure such as this is most gladsome. One has always gone where one pleases, after all, and one is both pleased and at ease when alone.
You really are like one of those wandering heroines from the stories.
Really now? In that case, I trust you're familiar with this Fontanian camera. Since I do not often travel abroad, do take a few pictures for me, would you? The camera has already been properly set up. You only need to stand at a distance and press the mechanism. The only question is, what pose should one strike? Any suggestions? Just stay relaxed, like you usually are. It's more genuine. Let us do so, then. What do you think? Does one's hair remain properly coiffed? Hold that pose. I'm gonna press the shutter. Indeed, one is ready. Beautiful. Are you done? Let one inspect your work. Not bad at all. Good work. Now, let one take some pictures for you as well.
Huh? Us too?
Ah. From how you spoke of this place just now, it holds a significant place in your memory. Surely you must have had many new thoughts now that you have visited it once more. Why not capture the spirit of the moment, then? That way you may relive those feelings when looking at this picture in the future.
Oh, that makes total sense. All right, then, let's take some photos. Thanks a lot, Shenyan.
This camera is rather ingenious. The image is sharp and clear. Wipe the corner of your mouth, little one. We shall commence shortly.
Right, sure. Did Paimon not wipe off the biscuit crumbs from breakfast?
Come then. What's on your mind as you stand by the cliff? How do you feel? Very happy. Oh, that's so cute. Have you decided what expression to make then? One shall press the shutter shortly. All right, this'll do.
Yep.
Peace,
The feeling that
peace.
comes to mind first is the most important.
All right. Just as one thought it would turn out. Excellent indeed.
Ooh, Paimon wants to see. Huh. You have a look.
That's not exactly what I imagined. Where's all the scenery? Is something wrong? You have traveled all over Teyvat for years on end, and in the process, even its most wondrous sights may have grown mundane. As such, it is the emotions you feel as you travel that are most precious.
But the photos you had us take of you had a whole eye full of pretty scenery. Why the change?
How could these two things be comparable? One's trip was made specifically to lay eyes on mountain and water, and since it is also one's first time, capturing the scenery is but the logical choice. Moreover, how would those two old fossils know where one has been without ample visual evidence? They are not the only ones who know how to go gallivanting behind one's back. Anyway, One has had great fun today. Your travel guide shall be followed to the letter, so do not fret. Thank you for your help in any case. Go now and see to your own business. You need not attend me every hour of the day. That was cute. And let's see, we got Amber over by Wolvendom. What is she doing out here? Amber, bestie. What are you doing over here?
The wind rises. Quit following me. Squall and fury.
There she is. Damn, no unusual hilly churl. Razor! Razor! He's not here either. Did you see Razor on your way here? No. Why? No, it's fine. It's just... Well, actually, it is kinda urgent. When he visited the city a few days back, he was going to have some cake with Klee, but the shops were all out and he didn't get any. Klee got up early this morning and bought some so she could go to Wolfendom and give it to him. She would have run off all alone had Captain Kaya not discovered and stopped her. It's way too dangerous for her to go out there all alone. I mean, I don't know, she did take down the Primo Geovis shop by herself. To make sure she stays put at headquarters, I've promised to deliver a crayon drawing she made and the cake to Razor. But I've nearly covered the whole area and still haven't found him yet. All right, Amber. Breathe. You can't give up yet. If you don't find Razor soon, the cake will get stale. Okay, I'll get up in the air and look for him one more time. See ya. Good luck. Good luck, bestie. Let's see, anything else going on? Yep. I was about to say, normally you get like 5 a day, right?
Too slow.
Ay. Xiangling, you smell wonderful today. Let me have another whiff, would you?
Smells great, doesn't it? This is the first of Yingar's new batch. She sent me a small box of samples. No, hey, traveler. Come over. Give this scent a try. What do you think?
Sure smells good. Not bad. Got it in one. Your nose is as sharp as mine. This scent really is spot on, too. Is this an almond tofu flavored, that should say scented, perfume?
Ding! That's right. Just a few days ago, I was passing by Yingar's place and saw her looking all worried, so I asked her what was wrong. She told me that she wanted to make some new perfumes that would be really appealing, but that she'd been racking her brains for days without any good ideas. So, she asked me if I could think of a scent that would be novel, popular, but also something completely untried by any other perfumer. So I said to her that most perfumes are made from flowers or plant extracts. So why not try making one that smells like food? It'd definitely be really fun.
Yeah, fun is right, but there's just one teeny little problem. The longer you smell it, the louder your tummy starts to grumble. Your Genshin was still on with your controller under your pillow, so you were in Inazuma when you fell asleep and you woke up and somehow your character ended up by the fountain in Mondstadt? How in the world did that happen? Hear that, Xiangling? That's mine going, feed me, feed me. Hey, look, I'm starving too.
All right, no problem. Come on in. I'll have 2 plates of almond tofu ready for you in no time. Ooh, this perfume sure packs a punch. I wonder if she can maybe make some grilled tiger fish next time. Or golden shrimp balls, maybe.
Xiangling has stumbled upon a new marketing tactic. And it looks like Zhongli is at Heiyu Tea House.
Quit following me.
Yep. I wonder how this tea will taste. Ah, excellent timing. Sit. I asked someone to buy a few bags of good tea leaves from Fontaine. Quite the pricey purchase, if I might say so. I've long heard of the differences in water and soil makeup between Fontaine and Liyue, so I've been curious as to the flavors tea leaves from the former will produce. Why don't you also get some water from there? That might be a more interesting approach. You do have a point. Though, as the ancients say, living water's silt once drawn. What does that mean? Were we to fetch water from Fontaine, the turbulent, tiring journey may rob the liquid of its flavor, rendering the resultant tea lesser as a result. Is there really that much to getting water? To brew a good cup of tea is no less demanding a task than organizing an army for battle, along with all the elements that entails. Buying good tea leaves is akin to elevating a wise and capable general to command. Yet, if the water and tea set are lacking, and if perhaps even the climate and weather not suitable, then no matter how outstanding the general, if burdened with incompetent officers and feckless soldiery, the battle will surely be lost. I think you might be taking this a little bit too seriously, Zhongli. As such, rather than chasing distant solutions, it would be better to simply brew this tea with some spring water from Liyue. Perhaps the blend of two natures might produce a unique flavor all its own. Ah, it should be about ready. Try some, if you would. Alright, then. Then that ought to be the last one, right? Nothing in Mondstadt, nothing in Liyue. Does not appear to be anything in Inazuma. Alright, we're good. Now, it's still got me waiting, so I could, just use the time mechanic, but, we do have some new puzzles and stuff to do, some new stuff in the mini games. So we'll go ahead and do those. And then we'll get back into it. Back into the story. Okay. Oh, no. This way. You come back here. Oh, damn it. Get back here. And get me over here. And shit. Ah! That doesn't help at all. trying to politely invade people's worlds for scarabs so you can finally get Sino past level 60. Oh, the scarab hunt is not fun. Good luck. Alright, let me get this real quick. And you stay right where you are. And then we'll do that. Yay, thank you. And we'll pick up this. And you go over there and get that. If it looks like I've done this one before, that's because I did. I did it a little bit earlier on one of my other accounts. And pick up our rewards from that. Let's do this one. And you don't have the Sumeru story quest done, so a bunch of the underground places that the game says scarabs are inaccessible to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you gotta do the Golden Slumber quest to get underground. I like Golden Slumber, it's a good quest. And it's got Jet. One of my favorite NPCs.
How amusing. That's far enough.
I hate these charged ones, I'm not great at them. Ah, shit. Shit, fuck. I need healing.
How amusing. You're dead.
Oh my god.
That's far enough.
Bruh. I am struggling with this one. I'm gonna need to do this one again. There we go. Ah. Bonk.
How amusing.
Somebody throw a healing thing for me, please. Thank you. And I wasted that. Ah, shit. There we go. And Sayus! Oh, that's the wrong thing. That is the wrong one. Here we go. Alright, let me see. How did this go? Stand on the red one for a little bit, then switch over to the green one. And then, okay. Okay, I know what we're doing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should be enough time. And then switch over to the green one. And then back over to the red. And then round 2, what we do is come across here, grab this, come over here, and end it there. And then round 3, need to cross the red one at the same time as this guy. Cross the yellow and cross the red. Easy victory. Today's Sayu one was kind of confusing when you tried to do it this morning, so you're gonna cheat off of me. Well, there you go. It was a little bit of a tricky one, that one. Here is where we go. Collect some rewards. Collect some loot. And collect that. And I am actually going to be right back. And then we'll get into the story. Not ending. That was the wrong screen. Okay, we are
You think
back.
I've got a sharp tongue?
And let me see.
I just
Need
tell-
to wait until 7.
Man, what happened last night? We couldn't find anyone to discuss it with because it was so late. Well, Miku and the others should be at the grounds by now, right? Let's go talk to them.
Yeah, that was weird. The heck was up with that?
Huh. Doesn't look like Miko is around here anywhere. Paimon doesn't see Ayato or Ayaka either. Are we too early? Didn't Ayato say he prepared lodging for everyone at the shrine?
Did you hear? Someone encountered a doppelganger here last night.
Yeah.
Doppelganger? You mean like a doppelganger of themselves? Or someone they know?
You know what they say. Anyone who sees their doppelganger will be replaced by them within 3 days.
That's just a folktale. It's not real.
Doppelgangers? That's a common folk tale in Inazuma, isn't it? Ever heard of it, Traveler?
Oh, I know the gist of it.
Yeah. It's a pretty famous one, huh? A friend being replaced by a complete stranger? Also, the timing is a bit too coincidental, don't you think? Could it be related to what we saw last night? The whole doppelganger thing sounds kind of like what Sayu was talking about with Bunshin Phantasm. Maybe something went wrong with Kichiboshi's powers? Well, thinking about it isn't going to get us anywhere. Why don't we go check on Sayu's team? Huh? They're not here yet.
Maybe they're still asleep?
Well, if it is Sayu we're talking about, it's definitely possible. Oh, someone's coming.
And who are
Yeah.
you?
Is he here to work on the equipment? But he doesn't look like any of the workers we saw yesterday. And it doesn't seem like he's here for the games. He snuck away again. Do you think he might be...
Let's follow him and see what he does. Something is suspicious.
He's constantly looking back. Paimon's calling it now. Something fishy is going on.
I mean, I agree, but don't jump to conclusions. Let's keep watching. You're probably gonna wait to finish the story till like the last 4 days. Fair enough.
Good point. He could be on his way to meet someone. Let the hunter become the hunted.
Reporting back, ma'am. Nothing suspicious to note at the Bunshin Phantasm booth. It's possible there's no connection to the incident from last night.
Oh, Sarah. I see. Did you find any other clues?
Sarah?
Hi, Hazo. Ah, good morning, you two.
Hazel! What's going on here?
I was wondering who was daring enough to sneak up on one of our detectives. Maybe I should have expected it to be you. Ah, so the Tenryou Commission's on the case. Traveler, Paimon.
Forgive me, ma'am. I have failed as a detective. I did not realize someone was on my tail.
Considering the Traveler's skill, the fault is not with you.
So, what's going on? What are you investigating? Must be serious if Hazel's involved.
Well, about that... Unfortunately, my orders prevent me from sharing that information with you.
Huh? What orders? You really can't tell us anything?
If Sarah and Hazo are so hesitant to divulge information, there's only one person who could be responsible. Those orders come from the Shogun, don't they?
An astute observation, Traveler. Tell him the truth.
Shogun!
What? The Shogun is here?
Yeah, no, I was about to say, that sounded more like A. Yeah, no, I believe this is A.
You recognized me with a single glance?
You speak with a little bit higher of a voice than the Shogun does. Shogun, we still haven't completed the investigation.
It matters not. I am certain the person standing before us is our friend, the Traveler. His gaze, his presence, his mastery of several types of elemental energy. There is no mistake.
Almost all of them now.
And we need his help.
Understood. An investigation team... Okay, just flashbang me. An investigation team was sent to survey a piece of land. Yesterday, the Tenryou Commission received a report that the team was found unconscious in the field. Not only that, but the group appeared to have become trapped in an endless nightmare, unable to wake up.
No, please! Stay away!
We detected intermittent traces of yokai power where they were found. We followed the traces and ended up here, just outside the festival grounds.
What?
Should we call off the festival? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. You've heard the rumors about the doppelgangers, yes? We suspect the culprit has the ability to change form, allowing them to spread misinformation at will. They may have already infiltrated the festival grounds. If we call off the festival, we may give them a chance to escape amid the chaos. Even the slightest movement could alert them. Locking down the festival grounds could provoke them to attack, which would endanger the public.
You're right. That's a big risk.
The purpose of this festival is to bring humans and yokai together. We cannot allow the culprit to endanger anyone.
But what if they attack again? A very valid concern. Last night, we dispatched a group of soldiers to the festival grounds. They'll remain undercover to keep an eye on things. We also blocked off several nearby roads under the pretext of construction, so we can keep civilians away as much as possible. Even the almighty Shogun has taken it upon herself to patrol the area all night.
Fortunately, no one else has been harmed.
Thank you.
Ah, so the thunder we heard was you!
I apologize for our failings, Shogun. You should not have had to intervene.
On the contrary, it was my decision. I was unable to capture the culprit last night, so I left to discuss a plan with Miko. I did not show myself once I saw you were safe, and for that, I apologize.
Speaking of Miko, where is she?
She is investigating the trace of yokai power found at the scene. Though it fades in and out, it never strays from Mount Yogo.
Which means, if the culprit infiltrated the festival grounds, they must still be nearby. The only people close to the grounds last night were the staff and the contestants staying at the shrine.
Miko is working with the Kamisato siblings to verify the identities of the staff members. They should be done soon. As for the contestants, that inquiry must be performed by someone else.
Is that why you need my help?
The Tenryou Commission is too conspicuous. But as the judge of the competition, you can ask questions without arousing suspicion.
Okay, so you need us to talk to the teams and see if there's an imposter among us?
Precisely. Traveler, I understand these people are your friends, and it puts you in a difficult position. But if one of them has indeed been displaced by a yokai, they could be in grave danger.
I understand. I'll do my best.
Thank you. I truly hope the situation is not as grave as it seems.
What are you guys gonna do next? Continue to investigate from a distance?
Well, there's only so much we can learn that way, so I think we need to find a way to slip onto the grounds. It's better for us to be at the scene if something goes wrong. I fear the Shogun is far too revered a figure for that. If she arrives at the grounds, it will certainly cause a stir.
Worry not. Miko and I discussed that issue. She claims to have a plan. The preparations are underway as we speak.
One of her genius plans, huh?
Somehow, scheme seems more accurate.
Indeed. If you learn any details of said plan, I would like to know what I'm getting myself into.
Even A agrees.
Okay, so where do we start? We need to ask questions to figure out if there's an imposter, but we can't arouse suspicion. Oh, looks like Sayu's team is already here. Well, guess we'll just play it by ear.
Hang on. So we have a yokai over here named Common, which means mask. And we have a yokai over here called Masuku, which is also mask. Not very creative with these names.
So tired.
Genshin X Among Us collab confirmed.
How come you two have so much energy? Didn't you stay up even later than me?
Kichiboshi, that's not a nice thing to say to a friend. Sayu's probably just tired because she came up with all the ideas yesterday. Need a break, Sayu? I can start thinking about the ending stages in the meantime. It's been forever since we've done something fun together. You need to have enough energy to enjoy it.
Oh, it's okay. I can push through. Sayu and Yoimiya seem the same as ever. Kichibushi, too. How should we test them?
Let's ask about the past.
Oh, good idea! Doppelgangers only mimic appearances. They wouldn't know about someone's past. Let's give it a try.
Ask them something only they would know. Whoa, you guys are here bright and early.
Yeah, well, the Traveler's judging this thing, so we can't slack off, right?
Still, you don't need to make anything, so what's the rush?
Yeah. If the people in charge are here early, that usually means there's been some kind of emergency. Oh, no, it's just... The Traveler really wanted to see you.
Seriously, Paimon? Oh, why?
Well, it's... your game! Playing your game yesterday? Brought up a whole bunch of old memories. So we wanted to come early to reminisce about old times. You know, because you might be busy later and stuff.
Paimon, you are the worst actor in all of Teyvat. What kind of an excuse is that? They're busy now.
White for acting super strange.
Even Kichiboshi can pick up on it. Time to change the topic. Oh, I was just thinking about the Aranara. Oh, you know what? Me too. I thought about adding them to our dream, considering to our game, considering the dream theme and everything. But in the end, the ideas just wouldn't come together.
Marinara? Yum!
No, it's not a food. The Aranara are like, small yokai from Sumeru. They're super friendly and cute and can give you good dreams. Actually, that describes you too, Kichiboshi. If you ever go to Sumeru, I'm sure you'll be considered a good Nara.
Good banana? Sumeru, huh? The dreams there are supposed to be special. Did you witness a dream or something? Maybe it could give us some inspiration, and we wouldn't have to think so much.
Haha, sorry, that dream is a little hard to describe, don't you think? Sometimes when there are too many feelings in a dream, it's really hard to use as reference material.
Alright. I was just wondering what kind of dream it was, that's all.
I guess it was the kind where a lot of things happened. Anyway, it's a long story. How about we wait until after the competition? The Traveler and I can tell it together. Sounds good. Paimon looks so quote-unquote good in her judge costume. Oh shoot, where did the time go? We have so many levels to design today.
Oh, we should get out of your hair then. Thanks, everyone. Bye, White Fur. Bye, Yellow Fur. Come back and play. Wow, we've had so many adventures, huh? You don't even realize it until someone brings up the past.
Do you still remember the original meaning of our journey?
Oh yeah, totally. It was, what was it again?
I figured.
Anyway, Paimon didn't pick up on anything suspicious from that team. If anything, we were the weird ones forcing conversations and stuff.
And whose fault is that?
Okay, so maybe it wasn't the best strategy. Leaning into the judge angle is probably a safer bet. Let's ask about the creative process behind the game and confirm their identities that way. Paimon saw Toma's team show up just now, so we can investigate them next.
You know, I guess these three yokai over here don't have creative names either, because it's literally just the names of the kinds of yokai that they are. Hey, Toma!
Hey, Toma! We were hoping to learn a bit more about the philosophy behind your game. Is now a good time?
Looks like our judges are hard at work this morning.
Feel a soft bee?
Boss can explain that one. Boss and Shosei were up super late last night coming up with ideas. And he's back at it this morning, as energetic as ever. Boss is the best!
Oh, I don't deserve that much praise. But when it comes to the talking part, I guess I'm the best person to answer your questions.
Time for an interview. Into you?
Ask away, judges. What do you think is the most interesting aspect of your game? Oh, I'd have to say working with others to overcome challenges?
Hold on! You can't just ask a simple question, Traveler. Watch and learn. We'd love to learn more about your design approach and strategic vision. What will be the project's main draw, and how will it deliver emotional value to your players?
Wow, you're actually good at this. That's basically the same question, but she asked it in a much clearer way. Sounds like you took that question straight from one of those business experts in Rito. In that case, let me say this. This product will be a fast-paced, easy-to-digest release that capitalizes on the enduring popularity of a traditional genre while addressing its common pain points. By reviewing our strengths and the needs of our players, we were able to synchronize them across production levels and provide a refined experience that is more receptive to our users and more enjoyable overall. Oh, he's so good at... Oh, what would you call it? Like tech bro ease?
Impressive! And completely over Paimon's head.
You set yourself up for that one, Paimon.
A nice one, boss!
I kind of confused myself, honestly. I'm used to hearing that kind of talk in Rito, so I guess I picked up a few things.
Fixer is a tough nut to crack, huh? Shoot! Paimon can't pick apart an answer she doesn't understand. Over to you, Traveler.
You continue asking questions, and Toma answers faultlessly. So there you have it. I hope that answered your question, judges.
Whoa, not a single stumper.
Never underestimate a housekeeper. Well, I'm sure the interview was only one part of the evaluation process. We'll see what you think when you play the game yourself. Which reminds me, I should probably get back to work on this stage. Want to give it a try when we're done? 'Twould be my pleasure. In that case, let's get to it.
Yes, Boss Toma.
Well, Toma's answers were all very genuine. Paimon didn't notice anything un-Toma-like about them. Plus, he was with Shosei until late last night. If you think about when we saw the nightmare creature, the timing doesn't match up. Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird. So, we're back at square one. That just leaves Kokomi's team, right? Guess we should check them out.
Where are they?
Huh? White fur and yellow fur are here early.
You're here alone? Huh. Where are Kokomi and the others?
Don't know about Great Yokai, but Soul Lady is behind you.
Soul Lady? Oh, as in Soul of the Deep. Okay. Wait, did you say behind us?
Hi, Kokomi. You have questions for me, I presume?
Kokomi! A little warning next time.
Sounds like you already know why we're here. Yes, I heard about the doppelganger incident. When I saw you around the venue just now, it wasn't hard to connect the dots. As for what you want to know... Energy.
Energy? Oh! The numbers you write in your diary!
Shh!
In a tree?
Eh.
Dry berry?
Don't worry about it. Ahem.
Oh, sorry.
So, we can leave it there, right? You don't need to ask any more questions, I would imagine. Yep, all good. As for Gyolbu Koban, he was in the shrine all night. I can't imagine he's the criminal you're searching for.
Gyolbu Koban is a criminal?
No, of course not. You're in the clear.
In the clear. Is good?
Very good.
Good.
What about Mizuki? Where did she go?
She left after receiving a message in the middle of the night. Looking back on it, perhaps it's related to your own investigation. Oh, as she left, I heard her whisper under her breath, ordering me around in the middle of the night. Who does she think she is? Ah, Miko. She probably needed an expert on nightmares to help formulate a strategy. Well, I guess that also confirms Mizuki's identity.
Something tells me a certain someone is missing me.
Huh?
Well,
Miko
hello.
And Mizuki.
Speak of the devil and she shall appear.
Hello, traveler. Paimon.
Did you finish up your work?
Yes, I left the rest to the young fellow from the Kamisato clan. At least for now,
She's
there's
falling
nothing
asleep.
suspicious to note.
That means the culprit didn't manage to sneak in. That's a relief.
Just like that, you let down your guard? And all it took was for me to wear her face.
Miko. You're not funny.
The culprit? It's you!
If you keep joking like this, I want 30% of the profit.
Oh? Greedy little thing. I thought we agreed on 20.
Making a joke like that. You're the only one in Inazuma who would do that.
Oh, it's getting harder and harder to tease you, traveler.
Can you stop with the teasing then? Even I'm reaching my limit.
500 years and you're still not used to it? Sounds like you need more practice.
At least spare me for the day. I can't take the mental torment right now. I'm running on fumes.
So, what did you do last night?
Investigated the shogunate officials' nightmares, analyzed the traces of yokai power around Mount Yogo. Oh, and worked on some new game stages, of course.
All in one night?
Well, I didn't want someone to ruin the Mikawa Flower Festival, but I also wanted to do my best for my part of the festival. Besides, I've talked to many patients who worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet. Compare to that, Complaining about one night of hard work is a little unreasonable, don't you think?
You can still complain. Even so, I think you should take a break, Miss Mizuki. Gyobu Koban and I can handle the game development in the meantime. I learned a lot yesterday. I'm sure I can handle a few design elements while you get some rest. We can't have our lead developer out of commission. I'm not confident I can bring our vision to fruition on my own.
You're very persuasive, Kokomi. It would seem you also have a talent for clinical psychology. I'll leave it to you two then.
Sweet dreams.
Get some rest, girl. Mizuki goes to rest. A little unsteady on her feet, she looks exhausted.
Mizuki really cares about the festival, huh? She's putting so much pressure on herself.
Perhaps she's reminded of the festivals of the past when I was just a kid, and Mizuki a young Baku. We would rush past the other yokai, desperate to get the first piece of fried tofu from the ramen stand. It would seem she hasn't forgotten, even after 500 years.
Aww. Sounds like you haven't forgotten either.
You know, there's something to be said for knowing when to keep your mouth shut, little one. Well, enough about the past. We must focus on the matter at hand.
But you didn't notice anything suspicious, right? That should mean the culprit didn't sneak in.
That's one possibility. The other is that the culprit's transformation is even more convincing than we imagined. In that case, we need a detective with a more professional skill set. Or we need to find a way to provoke them and get their facade to crack.
But that sounds dangerous.
If the culprit is deep in disguise, a slight provocation won't completely expose them. What we need is to create reasonable doubt. Make the culprit question whether their cover is blown. As they hesitate over whether to make some kind of last stand, that is our chance.
So how do you plan to provoke them?
Oh, A didn't tell you? Allow me to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Mikawa Flower Festival, it is my honor to announce an esteemed guest from Tenshukaku has agreed to take part in this year's festival.
I see.
Please welcome Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder.
It's the Shogun! The almighty Shogun is here in person?
So this was your plan, Miko?
Well, not bad, right?
Wow, that was quite the entrance. I can't believe she agreed to that.
The almighty Shogun's presence is bound to cause a stir. Instead of struggling to maintain a low profile, it's better for her to step into the open. And it means a detective can slip into the venue alongside the retinue without turning any heads at all. In the presence of the Shogun, not even the most cunning of criminals can let down their guard. Their every move needs to be faultless. The more you focus on getting one thing right, the easier it is for the rest to become cracks in the glass. And that's what Miko wants us to take advantage of. And she's using the almighty Shogun as bait. Huh. The Lady Guji is as daring as ever.
Why didn't you clue us in earlier? We wasted all that time asking pointless questions.
Your intel was very useful, actually. We don't know how things will unfold, but I have a feeling the truth will be revealed soon. In the meantime, stick with the Shogun. We need everyone focused on her. I'll do my best. Alright, under my command, the Tenryou Commission will remain on high alert. If anything goes wrong, report back to me at once. Understood, ma'am? After that, we surveyed each stall, just like yesterday. A's presence definitely caused a stir, but it didn't take long for the festive atmosphere to return. Maybe a day will come when A can leave Tenchukaku and it won't be so out of the ordinary. Aww.
Another day of hard work. Where did the time go?
Almighty Shogun! Glory to your everlasting reign! Welcome.
This stall looks familiar. Yet it would seem the ownership has changed hands.
Yeah, where's Tomoki?
You must be thinking of Tomoki. He wasn't feeling well today, so I'm filling in.
I see. Yet, you remind me of someone. A Doshin from the Tenryo Commission.
Oh.
What are you looking at, eh?
The food offerings. Although this vendor seems...
That vendor is giving me a pleading look. Judging by his cooking skill, it almost seems like his first day on the job. Hey, he's working.
Working? Ah, I see. I appreciate your dedication, sir.
Of course. It's an honor to serve such esteemed guests.
No need for formalities. I'll take 3 orders of dango milk.
Right away.
3 orders? So Paimon gets one too?
Aww.
Yes. I wanted to thank you for accompanying me. Without you by my side, I imagine the people here would be on edge even now. I have my reasons for being here, of course, but I would hate to tarnish the festive atmosphere.
This festival is for everyone, including you.
Indeed. The Mikawa Flower Festival. Hundreds of years have passed since I last partook of the festivities. Much is different this time. The people, the place, the games. Yet, the name endures, and the joy of celebration along with it. I suppose that, in itself, is a form of eternity.
Traveler, Paimon. And the almighty Shogun?
Oh, Mizuki! Looks like you got some much-needed rest.
Yume Mizuki. Thank you for your aid earlier.
Of course. I'm always willing to help. It's my duty. I wish I could have dispelled the nightmares, but this situation is uncharted territory for me.
Even so, relieving the pain of the nightmares is no small feat. You honor the legacy of the Yumekui Baku.
So not even Mizuki could fix it? What's going on with this nightmare creature?
Let's save the difficult questions for later. Actually, I came here to ask you something. Want to come to the Isa bathhouse with me? Most of the contestants will be there. Oh, and don't worry about payment. It's my treat.
Really?
Heck yes!
Yes, let's go!
You want us to go to the hot springs now?
Well, game development isn't easy. Most of the contestants are exhausted and could use a break. You've been under a lot of pressure yourselves with the investigation and all, so I thought you might like to join.
Of course we would! Right, Traveler?
Of
I will
course.
remain here. I rarely have time away from Tenchukaku, and I would like to continue perusing the stalls.
Aw, that's too bad.
Then I'm not going either. Come on.
I almost forgot. Miko wanted to talk to you, Traveler. I'll take you to her first.
Oh? Well, why don't we all go?
Almighty Shogun, your dango milk is ready.
Oh, delicious.
No need, Shogun. Miko just had some quick things to go over with the judges, that's all. You and Paimon can wait here. We'll only be a minute.
Be right back.
All right, now we can talk freely.
So why did you need to talk to me in private?
I think something's off with the Shogun. You've been with her the whole day. Have you noticed anything?
She seems troubled.
Exactly. You noticed too.
Something did seem off with A today. Maybe she's not used to leaving Tenchikaku? Or was it the reaction of the crowd? No, we've been through so much. Something so trivial wouldn't shake her. She must be keeping something to herself.
I've witnessed a lot of cases where patients, for a variety of reasons, are unwilling or unable to seek help. Unfortunately, that only exacerbates the problem. Until their emotions become so heavy, even the strongest of people collapse under the weight. I see those warning signs in the Shogun.
So, even the Archons aren't immune to emotional strain.
Humans, yokai, and archons bear the same capacity for emotion and are naturally susceptible to the same mental turmoil. It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions, and that is far from healthy.
I understand.
Anyway, the quickest route to curing the mind is through the heart. That's where you come in, Traveler.
As a clinical psychologist, isn't that where you come in?
Approaching someone in a professional capacity often makes them more guarded. But don't worry, you'll still have my help. Here, with these 2 special coupons, you can get into Isa Bathhouse after closing. Then, this is what you're gonna do.
Oh. Concocting a special plan to get A to relax.
2 servings of dango milk already!
Sorry for the wait. It sounds like the Traveler has other plans, Paimon. So we'll head to the bathhouse on our own.
Huh? You're not coming?
I'll explain later. Just have fun.
Okay. Paimon will bring you back a hot spring egg.
Oh, is that a new recipe we got?
There is no need to stay behind on my behalf. If you leave now, I'm sure you can catch up.
Something tells me you chose to stay behind on our behalf.
What makes you say that?
You don't want people to be on edge because of you.
If my presence makes them nervous or impedes their ability to relax, does that not defeat the purpose of going to the hot springs? I already disturbed their progress by coming to the festival. The last thing everyone needs is more distractions.
But aren't you under pressure too?
As you know, this body is hardly that fragile. It can operate for another 100 years with no issue.
But you didn't deny it.
Mortals are weak in body and mind. If there is a choice of who to bear such a burden, naturally that person should be me.
What if you didn't have to worry about bothering anyone? Would you agree to go to the hot springs then?
What does it matter? The world is not so easily bent to one's will.
I'll take that as a yes. I have a pair of special coupons here. We can get into the bathhouse after closing.
What clever verbal tricks, Traveler. It appears you've been spending too much time with Miko.
It's an honest offer.
You think you can get away with manipulating the Shogun? I wouldn't be so sure.
You'll go, won't you?
Persistent indeed. Very well. As you proposed, we shall set out at midnight.
This is cute. Helping her relax.
Well, shall we head out?
Let's go.
All right. No reason to delay.
To Isa Bathhouse.
Steam replete with the scent of orchids. Water that turns the complexion a blushing pink. So, this is a hot spring.
Is it your first time here?
Yes, there are royal hot springs near Tenshukaku. But the plans were set in motion only after Hiragi Hiroshi introduced the Snezhnayan blast furnace to Inazuma, and that was 500 years ago. When the project was complete, I was already in the plain of Euthymia. And naturally, the body of the shogun has no need for such luxuries.
Hiragi Hiroshi.
The members of the Kanjo Commission were once friends with Makoto and the Kitsune Saigu. Although mere mortals, those who managed to survive back then were special individuals indeed.
What happened back then? Does it have anything to do with what's happening right now?
What makes you say that?
The look on your face.
Now I see why my officials claim that the hot springs facilitate conversation. Even I find myself divulging more than intended. You're correct. Following the dark disaster 500 years ago, a nightmare engulfed Inazuma. On a battlefield consumed in darkness, our soldiers fought against dark forces, creatures capable of possessing people and trapping them in nightmares. Even the Yumeku Ibaku could do nothing to wake them.
As awful as that sounds, it doesn't seem bad enough to make you this upset.
Perhaps not. The battle was intense. Those who stood up in defense of this land knew the chance of survival was slim. In the face of certain death, surely a nightmare is nothing to fear. But what if I told you this? If the person trapped in the nightmare was strong enough to overcome incapacitation, it would become a waking nightmare instead. The person would lose all capacity to distinguish dream from reality, perceiving everything in the real world as a continuation of the war, and every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. That is a far more painful nightmare, both for the person in question and those around them.
Kinda sounds like that, abyssal corrosion mental thing that was going on in Natlan. If I hadn't broken out of the nightmare yesterday, would that have happened to me? Then A must be so worried because... Did that happen to someone back then? Oh, is this what happened to Chio?
Yes.
And what happened?
I unleashed Muso no Hitotachi and struck her down.
Yeah. Sorry.
No need. I have no regrets. I know it was the right decision, both for Inazuma's sake and her own. If necessary, I would do it again.
A.
Well, it's about time you two showed yourselves, yes? You've listened in long enough.
Oh.
Oh, it's you two.
Before you say anything, this part wasn't me.
Well, since the cat's out of the bag, how about a hot spring tea party?
Hey!
Ah, nice and warm. No wonder the hot springs relaxed your inhibitions, eh?
So who came up with this idea? I want the truth.
I guess both of us?
Well, I happened to consult a certain clinical psychologist about how to get an old friend to open up. In her expert opinion, doing something new with a trusted companion in a new environment can make someone less guarded. Looks like it worked like a charm.
I understand the reasoning, but why not do it yourself?
It's one thing to trust that Miko has good intentions, but would you let your guard down around her?
Good point.
Your concern is misplaced. I kept these matters to myself because I was unsure whether this incident is connected to the past, and I did not want to interfere with the investigation. If the investigation reached an impasse, or new clues pointed to the nightmare from back then, naturally, I would have discussed this intel with you.
Intel, huh? It appears you still don't understand why I wanted you to open up in the first place.
Hmm?
What was that?
Sounds like it came from outside. Let's check it out. Oh no! Someone's unconscious.
Is it the nightmare?
It seems different in some respects. Step back and allow me to examine her.
She's awake?
What's going on? Almighty Shogun?
What happened just now? What frightened you?
Shogun,
It's all right. With the Shogun here, nothing can hurt you. Just take a deep breath and tell us what happened.
I almost fainted again just now.
Is that what happened earlier? You fainted?
Yes. I was on my way to your restaurant. And as I was crossing the bridge, I saw someone staring at me from behind a tree. It was hard to make out their appearance in the dark, but I had a bad feeling. So I tried to get a closer look in the moonlight. And it was me! In that moment, I thought about how people who see their doppelganger usually end up dead, and I fainted from the shock. I don't remember anything after that.
A doppelganger in Inazuma City. But we only detected traces of the nightmare around Mount Yogo.
I heard that people encountered doppelgangers at Mount Yogo too! Could it be the work of some terrible yokai?
Oh, don't worry about that. The strongest yokai in Inazuma are all right here.
Now that we have an understanding of the situation, why don't I take you to the police station to file a report?
Okay.
The situation is getting worse. If the doppelganger is limited to the festival grounds, that's one thing. But appearing on a random street in Inazuma City...
On the bright side, the victim seems okay this time.
Bad news, Shogun!
A Tenryou Commission official? What's wrong?
Another victim! At the festival! Kappa is trapped in a nightmare!
It's going after yokai now?
What?
But Sara and the others were keeping watch.
Make haste. Back to Mount Yogo at once.
Oh, that was a tanuki. That was a tanuki there, on the roof.
Kappa! Kappa!
Excuse me. Let me take a look.
Mizuki, Traveler! Finally, you're back!
Shogun, the fault is mine. The Tenryou Commission failed to protect those under our charge.
Now is not the time to cast blame. Did anyone witness the attack?
No, we have failed you. There is no trace of the enemy.
We split up for just a second, and the next thing we knew, he was on the ground. Oh, it must be some terrible yokai.
Other than the Bakedanuki transformation, there was no trace of yokai power at the scene. It's almost like the culprit's methods are getting more sophisticated. The doppelganger in Inazuma City also seemed to appear without warning. Wait, there was a doppelganger in Inazuma City? Yep, seems like it. Doppelgangers, nightmares, Inazuma City, Mount Yogo.
How is he, Mizuki?
It's strange. I can't perceive his nightmare. It's almost like he's not there at all.
The yokai! It must be getting stronger! Kappa, oh, please don't die.
It's my fault. I should have anticipated the culprit might resort to more sophisticated methods.
No. It was I who underestimated the enemy. I who allowed us to continue the festival despite the potential dangers. Sara, what is the status of the other contestants and staff?
all normal. I asked the Yashiro Commission to move them to a secure location just to be safe.
Good. By decree of the Shogun, I declare that the Mikawa Flower Festival is...
Wait,
What is it, Miko?
you're being too hasty, eh? I understand your concern for the people, but I urge you to think this through, or we risk playing into the enemy's hand. Considering your history with nightmares, you have better cause than anyone to exercise caution. But do you truly believe that what we're facing now is just a nightmare?
Explain.
Call it intuition. If you want the truth, perhaps Doshin Shikanoin could shed some light. I believe there's been a break in the case.
You flatter me, Lady Guji. I do have a few ideas. Up to this point, we've only detected traces of the nightmare creature around Mount Yogo, and now a doppelganger appears in Inazuma City. Our original thought was that the culprit infiltrated the venue to evade capture. If so, there would be no reason for them to risk exposure by continuing to change form. Rather than concluding that the nightmare creature on top of everything now has the ability to disappear without a trace, I think there's a different possibility. Let's see, it's the same person, an enemy that has two different abilities and can suddenly appear and disappear without a trace. It seems too random, like a novel from Yai Publishing House that tries to incorporate every element under the sun. It's a different person. The nightmare creature and the doppelgangers are separate entities. That's why their methods are so different. They have separate goals. It's a psychological phenomenon. The people who saw doppelgangers were mistaken, and the nightmare I saw wasn't real. No, I can't just explain it away. This one seems like the most logical. That's right. The entities appeared at the same time and place. That's why the Tenryou Commission conflated the two at first. But if we ignore the nightmare creature and look at the doppelganger incident in isolation, the culprit's motive is clear. Escape capture? We thought the culprit was changing form to evade capture, but if the doppelganger isn't responsible for the nightmares, they would be no more deserving of arrest than a random prankster. Cause panic? The doppelganger incident didn't actually hurt anyone, but the folk tales about doppelgangers did cause people to panic. That must be the culprit's goal. Occupy Inazuma? Taking control of Inazuma by replacing everyone with doppelgangers? I doubt even a folktale would come up with something so unrealistic. Yeah, cause panic. That's right. Because of the folktale about doppelgangers, the culprit was able to incite panic without attacking anyone at all. But after the Tenryou Commission secured the venue, the culprit appeared in Inazuma City so that the panic would spread. But what is the end goal? Panic doesn't seem like enough of a motive. You're right, panic is a means to an end. But I think the shift to Inazuma City proves something. Whatever their goal, terrorizing one location wasn't enough. And since Inazuma City is their new target, the person they're impersonating at the festival should be absent. Unless the culprit found a way to cover their tracks and incite more panic by leaving behind a stand-in.
Kappa is made of wood?
No wonder I couldn't sense the nightmare.
I see. So the doppelganger infiltrated the festival as Kappa and is currently hiding in Inazuma City. Is that correct?
Not just that. Replacing one person wasn't enough. If multiple people are replaced at once, they can cover for each other. We didn't get to see each other much during the test of courage.
Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird.
This kind of transformation is said to have a particular weakness. If the subject is frightened, the disguise starts to crumble. Isn't that right, Yoko and Hitotsume Kozo?
It's a Bakedaniki tail!
Kikaku! Kikaku! Run!
Tetsunosuke?
They're getting away!
Aren't you supposed to be in Inazuma City?
And leave you two by yourselves? That's not the Tanuki way!
No fighting! Let's go!
Bakedaniki! Those little terrors! Come on, let's go after them! Paimon's had enough of these things! What even are they? More Bakedaniki tricks?
Nothing's working! The humans are catching up!
Little rascals! Stop running!
You wish!
Transform! Stupid humans won't be able to recognize us!
Come on.
You can't see me. You can't see me. I'm up on fire.
Tetsunosuke, you idiot! Don't tell them the three of us turned into bonfires! Hear that, Traveler? Bonfires! 3 of them! We'll show them, stupid!
Ouch! Transform!
They're gone again! Oh, what are they this time? Some kind of stone or brick? Oh!
This one.
Kichiro, protect us!
And you. Oh my god.
Save us, Tsukumo!
What is going on here?
We're almost rid of them.
That's enough. I will not fail the Shogun again because of you.
Ah! Tengu! Tengu was flying! Tengu is a cheater!
Surrender now, and I will spare your life.
Tengu, why are you helping the humans? Tengu is a yokai!
My loyalty is to the Shogun. Humans and yokai are no different in my eyes.
Shogun? That's the leader of the humans! Shogun sent people to steal our land! Shogun is bad!
Nonsense! The Shogun would never give such an order.
Calm yourself, Sarah. Let's hear them out.
Shogun sent humans to steal our home!
And the Mikawa Flower Festival! Shogun is making yokai serve the humans!
Serve the humans? He's not talking about the game development, is he?
Shogun even forced Great Baku Yokai to work all night!
Oh, you mean yesterday? That was my choice, actually.
Jeez, where are these ideas coming from?
I think there are some misunderstandings. Kichiboshi and the others weren't forced into anything.
Stay back! Humans want to enslave us again!
They're in waking nightmares, aren't they?
Hold on. Something's not right. We should try a different approach.
No need. I know what's wrong. They're trapped in a nightmare.
What are you doing? Trying to put Tetsunosuke to work?
Kinkaku doesn't want to stay up all night.
Servitude, enslavement? These might sound like ridiculous misunderstandings to us, but that is their reality right now. A world of despair and fear, where enemies lurk at every turn, devoid of even a single shred of light.
So, they're sleepwalking? How do we wake them up?
If we knew how, we would have done so back then.
Give us your worst! Kinkaku will never leave the Tanuki path! Kinkaku will die before serving you!
I may have a solution.
Truly?
If the nightmares come from the abyss, there's something I can try.
What are you doing? No, don't!
Haha! Get purified.
The humans are everywhere. We can't hide forever.
How long have we been hiding? 100 years? 500 years?
No idea. If Yoroi was still around, he would remember.
Shh, quiet! Someone's coming.
This is a fine piece of land. The grain yield should be exceptional.
Remember to check for traces of yokai in the surrounding area. By order of the Shogun.
By order of the Shogun, we are to exterminate all yokai that cross our path.
Why so hasty? We should leave some alive. We can make them work their own land.
Hey, you know about the Mikawa Flower Festival, right? I heard 50% of the profit is going to the development fund.
Oh yeah, the festival for humans. And...
The festival for humans, and humans alone. The yokai have had their fun. It's our turn now.
God.
That's right. We should put them to work.
They're known for their transformations, right?
Then the little monkeys can dance for us until they die.
Oh my god.
No. How could they do that?
Quiet, or they'll catch us.
What? What is that? Ah!
Hey, are you alright? Yoko, Kappa, I need help over here! Hold on, we're coming!
The yokai and the humans are unconscious?
The same thing happened to all of them?
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
This yokai can speak.
No, if we don't make it to the Mikawa Flower Festival, Boss Tama will be so upset. Boss Tama will eat us.
The humans are coming for us. We're gonna lose our home. What do we do?
We infiltrate the Mikawa Flower Festival. We scare the humans away and then they won't come.
But how do we get into the festival?
Boss Toma is the best!
How about we turn into those 3 yokai?
These memories, they belong to the Bakedanuki?
Traveler! Traveler!
Are you all right, Traveler?
I'm fine.
Where are we?
Huh? The nightmare is gone. You purified it.
Oh, just my way of dealing with the abyss.
Humans! And a bunch of yokai! The Mikawa Flower Festival! The humans are gonna... They're gonna... What were they gonna do?
Looks like they're confused. They still seem wary of humans. That might have something to do with a long time in hiding. Hiding? You described the memories to the group.
Oh, that explains all the Boss Toma this and Boss Toma that. That was the only thing they could imitate. Wait a second. Hitotsume Kozo and the others should be Akitsuyuge experts. But this time, Toma did all the work. I can't believe we missed something so suspicious.
You're like Heizo, if his skills only worked in hindsight.
Oh, you're saying Paimon's deductive reasoning is Hazel level.
Sure, let's go with that. Heh, more or less.
Based on your description, Traveler, it's possible these Bake Danuki have been in hiding for 500 years. Sounds like they know Ioroi, too. Why don't we ask him? It's not far.
The protector of the grove. It's been 500 years since our last meeting. Sarah, Hazo, return to the festival to keep watch. The doppelganger incident has been resolved, but the threat of the nightmare remains. I will handle the meeting with Ioroi myself.
Yes, Shogun.
The wind rises.
Okay. Yo, Ioroi, what the heck is up?
Ioroi, we're back!
Oh, keep it down. Bringing all these people at this hour. Don't you know even statues need to sleep? Shogun, I bow before thee. No, wait, shoot, I'm still a statue. What should I...
All is well, Ioroi, hidden protector of the grove.
I've never seen Ioroi so afraid.
Ah, that would be because when Ioroi tried to pluck a nakuweed from the Imperial Garden, A nearly split him in two, Yashiori Island style.
Keep it to yourself, you meddlesome kitsune.
Ioroi, I wish to ask you something.
Anything, Shogun. Absolutely anything. It is my honor to answer.
Suck up.
You could have at least slowed down a little. It took forever to convince them to come with me.
Oh, it's Ioroi! The humans really did kill you!
Your body is stoned!
Huh? I am not dead!
Not dead? The Kitsune spoke the truth?
This smell is Ioroi! Ioroi is alive!
Ioroi? The humans really did seal you away!
Wait, this must be Kinkaku, Ginkaku, and Tetsunosuke! You weren't sealed away?
When the humans, Kabuna Harunosuke, came to hurt us.
We ran and hid. The humans searched and searched. So many friends couldn't move. Our yokai powers were getting weaker.
So we decided to escape the human just as the great Bake Tanuki Tsukumo taught us. By digging a hole in the ground!
That's when we uncovered a horn filled with yokai power. It was the will of the great Bake Tanuki Kiichiro made manifest.
It restored our power, and then we made the human go, oh, oh, ching, chung, yeah, yeah, ha, ha.
Oh, and by ting tune, yeah, I mean,
we tricked him and ran.
So you didn't actually beat him up at all?
We've been using the horn to hide ever since. But there are too many humans. It's getting harder to hide.
A horn full of yokai power. Could that be the source of the nightmares? The reason the Bake Danuki are so afraid of humans? If the horn contained the fragment of a nightmare, using its power to hide would spread the nightmare to them. That means the Bake Danuki have been trapped inside this state of anxiety for 500 years.
Jeez.
I could have told you that nothing good would come from that horn. Using external power is against the Tanuki path.
We strayed from the path?
But the horn helped us hide from the humans. The humans tried to take our land.
On the contrary, the purpose of the investigation was to determine in advance if yokai were present on the land in question. Whether we avoid encroaching on yokai territory altogether, or attempt to reach a mutually beneficial agreement, a peaceful resolution was always the goal.
Oh, really?
Wait, that is what the humans said back then, isn't it?
By order of the Shogun, if yokai live here, we need to discuss the proposal.
Kinkaku, Ginkaku, Tetsunosuke. Not all humans are bad. Yellow Fur over there helped me a great deal, you know.
Besides, the Bakedaniki were only sealed away back then because Ioroi stole that comb.
Yeah.
Yoroi? It's a thief? Yoroi got what he deserved.
How was I to know it was used to make sacred Sakura Daifuku? I gave it back, didn't I?
So the humans were mean for no reason?
Well, if you must know, the young human and I fought. I was perhaps a tad careless, so I conceded the match. Anyway, the point is, neither side is bad.
There he goes again, changing the subject when it makes him look bad.
Now you know. No human is trying to harm you.
So, it was all a nightmare.
500 years in hiding? For nothing.
It was a 500-year-long game of hide and seek. What's so bad about that? Besides, you won.
Huh? We won? Go us! We're even better than Ioroi!
Hey, my game of hide and seek isn't over yet.
Wow, the mind of a Bakedaniki is something else. Still so cheerful even after all that.
That nature is what isolated them from the worst effects of the nightmare, and prevented them from causing any real harm. But a nightmare that's still affecting people after all this time? Who could it belong to? A horn buried under Mount Yogo.
It's Chio's, isn't it? I feel like I've heard a legend about that.
Tainted by darkness, the Oni warrior raised her sword against the almighty shogun. Losing an arm and a horn to the shogun's blade, she fled into the forest, never to be seen again. A trusted lieutenant fighting against the forces of darkness, she was once devoured whole by a beast from beyond this world, with the body of a tiger and the tail of a serpent, until she tore the creature apart from within. Thus she earned the name Chio the Tigerbite, or Tora Chio.
I don't think Chio would like that name. Though she escaped the belly of the beast alive, that battle never left her. She saw the memories of her fallen comrades everywhere, slaughtered one after another, until she could no longer distinguish dream from reality.
A nightmare doesn't incapacitate someone with sufficient strength. It turns into something even worse.
The nightmare twisted every joy in her life, her subordinates, family, and friends, into enemies in need of destruction. It was in that state, trapped in the battlefield of her mind, that she raised her sword against me on Mount Yogo. With the Muso no Hitotachi, I cut off her arm, one of her horns, and a portion of the mountain itself. I suspect that is when the horn in question was buried there.
And subsequently uncovered by 3 Bakedanuki. That means the fragment on the horn comes from Chio's nightmare.
Nightmares feed on fear and anxiety. If what the traveler saw is true, it's possible Kinkaku and the others' fear over the past 500 years allowed the fragment to gain physical form and become something akin to a Jibakure.
Jibakure?
An earthbound spirit. They move through the ley lines, but are also bound by them. That's why the traces of this entity appeared intermittently and never outside of Mount Yogo.
It would seem the fragment of this nightmare is no different from the one back then. It hates all joy and every good thing in this world. The investigation team working for a better future? Attacked. Hitotsume Kozo and his friends, kind enough to lend a helping hand? Attacked.
Yeah, and we were attacked too! Right when we were having fun with the playtesting.
So why hasn't it appeared since?
Perhaps it needs to regain strength after your defeat. Or perhaps it is biding its time because it knows, with whatever rationality remains, that it cannot defeat you. But sooner or later, its twisted hatred will force it out of hiding, and it will move to strike its enemies. When Chio set her sights on a target, she was never one to waver.
Oh.
But both possibilities prove something. Nightmare fragments can be defeated, and an enemy that can be killed is one that can be split in two by the power of Muso Ishin.
There's really no other way?
Mikoshi Chio is gone. A fragment of a nightmare tied to a severed horn. That is all that remains. The living must take precedent over the memory of the dead.
Even so, having to unleash Muso Ishin against her again? Would A really be okay? Mizuki said Archons suffer from the same turmoil as the rest of us. The dead may be gone, but that doesn't mean our emotions die with them.
Oh, who cares about the dead anyway? I'm just trying to look out for the living.
What is that supposed to mean, Miko?
Oh, I'm just concerned about our poor Bake Danuki friends.
Huh? What does that have to do with us?
The nightmare fragment has been tied to the Bake Danuki for nearly 500 years. Strike it down, and who's to say whether you take the lives of our poor friends along with it?
I beseech you, almighty Shogun, spare the young ones. It was just a momentary... oh, no. A 500-year-long lapse in judgment.
Miko, you speak the truth?
If you don't believe me, ask Mizuki and the Traveler. I'm sure they've encountered similar cases during their extensive travels.
I see what you're doing, Miko.
Well, Oh! Yes. During my studies both in Liyue and Natlan.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that happen before.
Then, what would you propose? This nightmare fragment is a constant threat to Inazuma. Should all other options fail, I will take action.
If the fragment's hatred toward the world comes from a nightmare, then the most logical option is to get rid of the nightmare itself.
Right! Can't you just eat the nightmare, Mizuki?
I feel like that would kill her.
The Yumekui Baku already tried that 500 years ago. Even yesterday, when faced with the corruption of the nightmare, Mizuki could only mitigate the effects.
What was impossible back then is not necessarily impossible now. I think Mizuki has the right idea. If we cannot eradicate the nightmares directly, why not use this entity's tricks against it? Combat illusions with illusions. Combat nightmares with dreams.
Is that even possible?
Don't forget, there are yokai that specialize in shape-shifting and illusions, and they happen to be right in front of us.
Where? Kinkaku doesn't see them anywhere.
Maybe they're hiding as trees? Or the wind?
Fools! The Kitsune is clearly referring to the Bake Danuki. Tetsunosuke, Kinkaku, must you be so dense?
Given their centuries-long connection to the nightmare fragment, they are perfectly positioned to create a dreamscape that the entity will be unable to distinguish from the real world.
Back then, the nightmare had little to no weaknesses. If we want to give the Bakedanuki an opportunity to strike, I assume you have a plan, Miko?
You said it yourself. Mikoshi Chio is gone. All that remains is a fragment of her nightmare, already broken and vulnerable. Besides, Mizuki is an old friend, one that is not to be underestimated. She has traveled the land studying dreams and is far more capable than those old fossils back then.
Oh,
Not gonna say anything?
She just usually doesn't compliment me to my face. But Miko's right. If we work together, I'm confident we can put together a ritual to subdue the nightmare fragment.
Once we perform the ritual, it will take some time for the barrier to take effect. Luckily for us, we have two formidable warriors on our side. Our festival representative, who also happens to have extensive experience against dark forces, and the almighty Shogun unmatched in combat. I'm sure the two of you can buy us some time.
There's just one problem. Since this entity can pass through the ley lines, its movements are unpredictable. If we're going to create a barrier, how can we be sure it appears where we want?
With bait.
The solution to that is obvious. If the nightmare fragment despises all sources of joy and happiness, then naturally a joyous occasion would be an evil beyond measure. An enemy that must be annihilated at all costs.
So, if we want to lure it out,
then the obvious target would be...
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
What joy could possibly compare to finishing one's work right before the deadline?
I would imagine we can all think of a few. But I agree. The Mikawa Flower Festival is the most plausible target. Once the enemy appears, I will pull them into the plane of Euthymia immediately. I will not put the people in danger. Traveler, I ask that you join me there so we can subdue the enemy together.
Of course.
All right. I will update everyone back at the festival and start the preparations for the ritual. I'll need your help, Mizuki. It's going to be a busy night.
Looks like an all-nighter for me.
Well, this was your idea. Oh, and don't forget, you need to finish a Little Fox's Daydream as well.
And in a surprising twist, you were my nightmare all along.
You alright, eh?
Traveler, during the battle tomorrow, it is imperative you know your limits. If the enemy proves too much to handle, leave them to me.
But...
I know. I understand your concerns, just as you know mine. We need not say any more than that. Just get some rest and prepare yourself for the battle to come.
Get some rest, eh?
One more thing. Thank you.
Oh boy. This finale is gonna be something. But I do think we're gonna wrap it up here for tonight, actually. So, no stream tomorrow night, but we will be back to finish up the event on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we'll be doing some more Tsukihime, finishing up Ark's route. Saturday, we're doing something in Grand Blue, who knows what yet. And Sunday, we'll be back with even more Genshin. So, thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight, and I hope to see you all next time.